Are you going to an open house this weekend? What are some of the questions you should be asking the listing agent at the open house? We're going to tackle that next. Hello, this is 𝗀𝗶𝘁𝗀𝘀, RE/MAX Performance Realty. I'm a residential real estate specialist in Winnipeg. I work with both buyers and sellers. And if you're somebody who's looking for a house and you're working with your own agent, before you go to open houses, make sure you check with your buyer agent to see what the laws are in your jurisdiction. In most cases, you're okay to just keep going to open houses. But check with your buyer agent first, because in some cases I've heard in some jurisdictions, they don't want you going there without your agent. So let's get into some of the questions to ask the listing agent. First question is, how long has the seller lived there? Now, it's good to know whether you're looking at a family home or a flip. The amount of care, love, and attention to detail that was put into the home may differ in each case. So if you're looking at a family home, somebody's been there 20 years, raised a family, that may be one situation. But if somebody's bought it as a flip, you might want to take a closer look at some of those upgrades. Next is, how long has the house been on the market? You want to know whether or not they're taking offers any time or on a specific date. In some cases, an open house is put up and the offers are that night. So you're going to want to call your buyer agent right away so you don't miss out if you really like the house. Also good to know whether the house has been on the market for 6 months or so. Just good information to have. Next, you want to know if there's ever been a price adjustment. Now, this will help you engaging the motivation level of the seller. So, for example, if the house has been up for several months and there's never been a price drop, I would deduce from that the seller is pretty much set on the price. However, if the house has been up for just a couple of weeks and they've already had several price drops, that would indicate to me that the seller is pretty motivated. Next, how much are the heating costs? Houses built in the early 1900s were often insulated with newspaper clippings in the walls and wood chips in the attic. So you want to know whether that's been upgraded or not, and heating costs will tell you a lot. Also, if it's got the old windows, I've seen houses with single pane windows. You're going to want to know what that house is going to cost you to heat. Next is, has the seller done any home renovations? And if so, when were they done? Again, it makes a difference if he did them for himself. So if a homeowner put new windows in 8 years ago, you can assume that he did it for the comfort of his own family. And people might take a little bit more care of those kind of upgrades than if they did it 2 months ago just to sell the house. Is the seller making any disclosures? Now, in most cases, sellers must talk about any hidden defects in the house, especially if they're structural in nature or could cause health concerns down the road. Just because they have to make those disclosures doesn't mean you're going to see them advertised at the open house. So don't expect to see a sign that says there's a big crack behind this wall or there's mold in the attic. It's always good to ask so that you know what you're getting into before you're making any offers. And that's the last question, is, has the house had any offers? It's good to know whether the seller, whether there's been any interest in the house, and the seller is never required to disclose what the size of those offers are, but it's good to know when the house has been on the market for 6 months, whether it's had offers at all or not. And as a final tip, please be aware that the listing agent always works for the seller. They are legally obligated to work for the seller and their best interest. So it's a good idea for the home buyer to have his or her own buyer agent in their corner. In most cases, the service is free. It's already included in the price. So why not have somebody, a professional, working for you in the purchase of your largest home or largest investment ever? So if you're looking to buy or sell, house or condo in Winnipeg, give me a call. It's 𝗀𝗶𝘁𝗀𝘀, RE/MAX Performance Realty. Till next time, bye-bye.